Thanks for checking out GF Explorers today. I'm Rich.
And I'm Victoria, and Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
2022 is finally here, and we are 4 months out. Oh my God. You want to catch them up on what's been going on, where we are, and where we're going?
Yeah, so it's our first video of the year, and thanks to all of you for your support during the last couple of months when we were going through the rig selection process and the truck ordering process. And to bring you up to speed, the truck's on order. It should be here right around the last week of February or the first week of March. And Howie, our fifth wheel, is due to arrive around the last week of March or the first week of April. Now that's barring any problems, delays, issues. We completely understand that. But as of right now, we have VIN numbers for both of them. We have build dates for both of them, and we are on track and ready to go.
We are. They are coming on time. I'm putting that intention out into the universe. It's going to happen. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Okay. So I am so stoked to go out on the road and live a full-time life in an RV. There's only one thing that I am worried about, scared about, and may possibly keep me up at night. It's internet. Because I have a business to where I am on the internet all day, every day, working, and so I work at a certain speed based on very fast internet. So I need to know that that's going to work. So what we did is decided to go ahead and get all of our internet set up now. We've already ordered it. Matter of fact, it's already arrived. And so we're going to test it at home, and then we're also going to test it on the road before the rig even gets here, so that I can sleep at night and I can feel better. I have a feeling it's all going to be fine, but we really do have to test it.
So we went to Mobile Must-Haves to look for the proper bundle and internet package for us. And because we're running our business on the road, 2 businesses on the road, if you talk about our YouTube channel, we needed both super fast internet, and then we also needed redundancy as well. So we went with the PepWave Max Duo Transit, which is a lot of words and a lot of antennas, as you can see here. But it's basically a dual modem, which is going to allow us to have both an AT&T internet setup as well as a Verizon as well. And you can actually do T-Mobile if we need to.
If we need that, that's on the back burner in case we do.
With a parsec antenna that's going to end up getting mounted on the top of the rig. Now, one of the reasons we did this now is so we can get both our AT&T and our Verizon setup, get them in here and start testing and make sure that this system works for us even before we get out on the road.
So during the month of January, we're going to be testing here at home. We're going to go get our new Verizon AT&T accounts. Rich is going to have one account for his iPad and iPhone, and I'm going to have one for mine. And we're also going to have SIM cards for each. So that way we've got those 2 services covered. And in that testing, if we determine that we need a third option, then T-Mobile is that option for us. But we don't know that yet. But the goal is to be running the business day to day on this from the house. And then we obviously always have the backup if something's not going to work. And it also gives us more time to kind of fix what could be wrong before we get on the road and have to 100% rely on it. So I'm super excited to have that level of comfort and that testing time. It makes me a very happy person.
So stay tuned for videos on all of that, getting those business accounts set up, getting this system up and running, and what kind of speeds we end up getting out of this system that we're going to be purchasing. And speaking of redundancies, one of the things we signed up for, there's been a lot of interest about it and a lot of talk about it, and there's a lot of videos out there about it, is Starlink. And so we are on the waiting list for Starlink. It is not due to the northern Colorado kind of Longmont-ish area till late 2022, early 2023, which is what we've established as our home base, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But we're hoping that they get all the kinks worked out by the time our number actually comes up and we actually get the ability to get the Starlink system.
I can't wait for that, but until then, we have to find a way to make it a seamless transition from sticks and bricks to RV living as far as work is concerned. And I'm very hopeful. I think it's going to work, maybe not just perfectly, but in the end, it's going to be wonderful. And of course, we'll share all that we learn in this process with you in an upcoming video.
So speaking of testing the system, we're actually going to go out in February and test the system out on the road.
I'm going to take my entire computer system, which I've never done before in my life, which obviously will when we get into the RV, pack it in a vehicle and drive to Texas so that Rich can
go to the NRVTA, which is the National RV Training Academy, where I'm going to take the first step to becoming either a registered RV technician or a registered RV inspector. The first portion of that course is called the RV Fundamentals Training. And what that does is basically a 1-week full course down in Athens, Texas with the RVTA. And they take you through every system of your RV, showing you the basics of how each system works, how they integrate together, and most importantly, how to fix and repair up to 90% of the issues that you may face with your RV. And let's face it, RVs are rolling earthquakes, and there's a lot that can tend to go wrong with them.
I'm going to set up my system and our mobile internet system in the cabin that we've rented on the campus there and work during the day and really get a feel for what it's going to be like to be working in a different location and see what the internet connectivity is going to be. So I'm super excited about that.
So one of the reasons I thought I wanted to take this class was one, to learn more about our rig and how to do our own repairs. So we want to bring you the best, most accurate information possible and be able to review products and do maintenance and upgrades in the most reliable way that we can. And we figured that was one of the best ways we could do that.
Yeah, and you're going to teach me what you learned too.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I can't
So
wait
for
that.
sure, stay tuned for videos for that. We'll do a complete wrap up of the course, bring you some information about taking the course, what it looks like, the RV park, and staying down there at the Texas RV Park in Athens in February.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
So we were fortunate enough to be able to take the last couple of weeks off to really enjoy the holidays and spend some time with friends and family. This is, after all, going to be our last Sticks and Bricks Christmas for the foreseeable future. So the question becomes, since this is our first video of 2022, what have we been up to?
Well, we've been purging. Well, we started to purge. We figured when all the Christmas things went up, we kind of did a pre-Christmas purge of Christmas decorations and then a post-Christmas purge. You know, what's going to go into storage, what's going away, and the few small things that may come with us. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one of you lovely guys is going to stay or get to go? There's room in the RV for some of you, but not for all. But you, don't worry about it. You're going. Don't tell the others. You're definitely going. You're my favorite. So we did that, and then I kind of got rolling, and then we went into the storage area, and we got rid of this, and we got rid of that, and then we've looked at pictures, and so we are well on our way to purging. We have, I figure 3 months want to be done by April 1st, so we're, you know, I'm going to be walking into a room going, I don't need that anymore. You're out of here. So I'm just purging. It's going to be part of my daily process.
We're downsizing from approximately a 2,400 square foot house to approximately 400 square feet. Not keeping most of the furniture that we have. I mean, we're at a point in our lives where a lot of things that we have in this house have been in this house for a very long time, and it's time to upgrade. So what a perfect opportunity to just purge, get out on the road, have our adventure, however long that may be, and then start fresh once and if we decide to land somewhere.
Yeah, we don't need anything. There's a couple very small pieces we're taking with us. I mean, very small. All the furniture is going. I mean, 90% of what is in the house now is either going away, we're giving everything away, or we're going to have a small storage area that we're going to save, you know, mementos, things that we really don't want to part with. But the amount of things in that storage area are going to be quite small too. So it's very exciting and invigorating to start the purging process.
Yeah,
and I almost have to keep myself, I mean, I could just keep going, but I have to pace myself.
So one of the biggest decisions you can make on the road is, where's your home base going to be?
Well, home base or address, there's a big difference. We're choosing to have an address, not, I guess you could call it a home base, because the choice that we made is to make my mom and dad's address our home address. And I did the research. It's really Texas, South Dakota, Florida. Those are your three main easy to domicile in states if you're a full-time RV. There are a lot of plus and minuses for all three states. Colorado, there's probably more minuses than there are pluses. However, we have a business incorporated here in Colorado. Yes, I could change that. But our son is still here. My mom and dad are here. We feel for the first year at least, maybe 2 years, we're going to domicile in Colorado using my mom's address. And she's also going to help us with, I've got some clients that still send checks no matter how electronic the world is. So she's going to take care of those, get those deposited. She's going to handle the mail, you know, get us stuff we need, stuff and throw away stuff we don't. So I like that peace of mind. And I think my mom is kind of happy to do that for us too. And so for the first year, for sure, we're domiciling in Colorado. And that also means we're going to keep our health insurance in Colorado because obviously that's our domicile. And the plan is to come back here a couple times during the year for a couple months and do all of our, you know, annual checkups and any medical treatments that we might need, so we don't have to worry too much about, you know, doing that in other states. Now, of course, emergency care, you know, it doesn't matter what insurance you have. If you have insurance in Florida and you get sick in Maine, you know, you're still having an issue. So we think we're going to be okay with all that. But, you know, as we're on the road, we may decide that, you know, one of the other states is a better place to domicile.
Yeah, and we'd love to hear your domicile stories. One, where do you domicile? Two, what are the advantage of the particular state that you're in? We'd love to hear your ideas. I mean, right now we're primarily doing this out of convenience, at least for the first year, because it's just easier, and we have a built-in mail forwarding service.
Yes, we do, and we'll be back here. I guess this is kind of our home base without having a sticks and bricks home base. We have a home-based state or a home-based city, I guess.
Right.
So, and it's nice to know we have somewhere to call home, and I think for the foreseeable future, I will still call Colorado home because it has been my home for so long. We'll see if that changes.
So what's coming up next? Well, there's the acquisition of all of the RV stuff.
Sewer hose!
Sewer hoses, water pressure regulators, all of those sorts of things. You can get completely lost in YouTube about all of the different channels with opinions on what you need and what you don't need. So our approach to that, we could go crazy and get everything we think we need, but we think that is a mistake.
Yeah, because we're going to know, I mean, there's certain things we have to have, like sewer hoses, water hoses, things like that, to actually go out on the road. But there's quite a few things that we thought, oh, that might be good. Oh, that might be good. But we're going to get out on the road and live and figure those things out when we're out on the road, whether we need them or not. Now, we may be making a video months from now going, okay, there's 5 things. We said, oh, we'll just wait. And then we'll be going to tell you, no, go ahead and get them before you go. But you know, that's part of the journey. We're going to learn along the way, and it's going to be fun and interesting. I will say that one thing I am pretty adamant about is organization inside the rig.
Yes.
I want to be as solidly organized I can be without having any knowledge of living in the rig before we go. And of course, I'll probably have to make updates and stuff, but I'm really excited about that too. I can't wait to organize.
So you can look forward to us sharing all of that information with you. We are starting to acquire the basics, the sewer hoses, the water pressure regulators, one water hose, one hose to wash the rig and do different things like that. So that process has started. We're totally looking forward to sharing with you what it takes to kind of initially outfit your rig to at least get started. And then what are the conveniences or the nice things to have once you get out on the road. And we plan on sharing all of that with you.
It's going to be fun. Lots of shopping.
Well, there you have it, guys. Happy New Year once again. You can see we've got a lot of information coming up. Stay tuned for information on the NRVTA, the course, and what that entails. When the truck comes in, we'll be doing a truck walkthrough. Of course, when the rig gets here, we plan on doing our POI, or our pre-inspection delivery, with you guys as we get the rig to make sure everything looks the way we want it to look. The acquisition of equipment and things, and most of all, getting out on the road. May 1st, 2022 is the goal.
Yes, and we'll be doing a lot of shakedown runs in April. So really, April something will be in the rig.
Yeah, for sure.
Overnight. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, thanks so much for watching. Please stay tuned for the rest of our videos as we go through this amazing journey. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. That really helps. And until next time, happy exploring.